Good morning or good afternoon. We are here on EMC News on Lone Star Community Radio from downtown Conroe. Lots of changes in the studio here. They're getting so excited and getting ready to go FM here shortly, so we will update you when that happens. But we are recording live here, and we do this every Monday at noon till 1. I'm your host, Margie Taylor, and we hope that you learn about things that are going on in Porter, New Caney, Splendora, Kingwood, Grangerland, East Montgomery County, and the areas surrounding those areas, from the Chamber, the New Caney and Splendora school districts, law enforcement, nonprofits that serve East Montgomery County, and of course the local businesses. So we will give you some information on some update news and then some calendar items. And then today we have Rick Hatcher, who is president of the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber, and Christian Shank, representing the Greater East Montgomery Chamber. He is the chairman-elect. He's a board member, and he is also chairing the upcoming Texas Sawmill Festival, which is happening on October 1st. So we have lots of wonderful things to talk about today. But before we talk to our guests, let's talk about some current events going on around us in East Montgomery County. Splendora High School. They celebrated their very first senior sunrise, commemorating the first day of school. And this was a first thing that they want to make annual, where the seniors gathered together before sunrise with refreshments, and then they had a senior prediction of things to come in their year and through May. In May, they will have a senior sunset commemorating their school year with old-fashioned field games, snacks, and food as they watch the sunset at Peach Creek Elementary. It's kind of a cool thing. It's a new idea, and I'm glad to see that they're doing things together, and the community is embracing this as well. New Caney ISD will begin distributing letters to households of students about eligibility for free and reduced lunches. So many of our qualified kids don't take advantage of this program because their parents either didn't receive the information or they are hesitant to claim this benefit. So if you know someone that's eligible, please help them fill out this information so that the kids can get the free meals at school. And no Social Security number is required. So let's do what we can to help the kids. And speaking of the kids, EMCN is having a back-to-school immunizations if your child still has not received their shots that they need for school. August 30th. Today is the 29th, right? Okay. So that would be tomorrow from 9:30 to 1:30 at the EMCN building. And that is all free, but the children must be on Medicaid and be accompanied by a parent. And that's for anybody of school age up through the age of 18. Splendora High School football game will be playing this Friday against Sterling. Kickoff is at 7 at their new and improved, what is that, what is that called? Ranked 5. They're 5A, excuse me. I can't even think right today. They're now 5A, so they are in a different league, and they'll be playing at a home game on their new field this week. New Caney High School will have an away game this Friday with Tomball Memorial at Tomball Memorial, and their kickoff is at 7:30. Porter High School will be playing at Texan Drive Stadium against Brazosport at 7:30 p.m. Lots of fun if you haven't been to the football games. Come on, it's Friday Night Lights. Get with it. Get involved. And I know my husband and I attended the game with New Caney High School. And, of course, we had some rain and lightning delays, but it was a lot of fun. So go and support the kids. New Caney ISD is now offering affordable student insurance for as little as $25 a month to protect the kids if they're injured during any athletic event or UIL competition. And it's called Athletic Accident Insurance Plan. Additional supplements are available, and all information may be found on the New Caney ISD website or by contacting your student school. So if you have a little bit of extra time on your hand, volunteer at your local school. They need you, even for an hour a week, an hour a month, whatever. And the schools love to have any adults come out and be a part of what they have going on. And it makes a difference to not only the staff and faculty, but also the students. So apply online at Splendora ISD or New Caney ISD, or go to your nearest school and find out about volunteering. Fall soccer signups. Every kid plays with no tryouts for boys and girls 4 to 18 years of age. All games will be played at Greenleaf Elementary School in Splendora. Call 800-828-7529 or go to the Splendora ISD website for more details. Now I want to talk about a few important dates. August 31st, which is this Wednesday, the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber will host The Loop from 12 to 1 at Lone Star College. This is a free event open to the public, and if you register now online, you can secure a free box lunch. Free. The meeting's free, the lunch is free. Speakers will be Frank McCready of the East Montgomery County Improvement District, Brad Baggett from Covenant Prep School, and Jan Koenig of the Small Business Development Center. The event again will be at Lone Star College on Kingwood Drive. Call the chamber for details. September 5th, that would be next Monday, concerned citizens have their monthly meeting with local officials, and that will be at the library at 7:30. They will give updates from the fire departments, law enforcement, and county commissioner. September 7th, that would be a week from this Wednesday. That is the Chamber's monthly luncheon at the EMCN building beginning at 11:30 until 1. You can register online for that as well. The speaker will be Danny Signorelli from the Signorelli Company, speaking about new developments in the Valley Ranch Town Center. And you know there's so much going on because Academy is getting ready to open the end of September. Hobby Lobby is doing what it can. There's new restaurants. There's even talk of theaters coming in there. So if you can, come and find out September 7th, next Wednesday at 11:30. Register online to come to the monthly luncheon. The Back to School Bash with EMCN is September 13th. So put that in your calendar. That is from 5 to 8, and they are giving additional free backpacks, school supplies. They will have petting zoos and other entertainment for kids, and they usually have a huge turnout. So come early, see what you can find out, get involved. September 13th, 5 to 8 at the EMCN building. So another important thing I wanted to remind you about is voting is underway for your favorite charity to win $25,000 from Texan Plus Champions. Now, our favorite charity that is involved in this, of the 5 that you can nominate, is the Mission Northeast. Last year, Pam Dixon, who was on the show about 6 weeks ago, is the executive director, and she won last year the $25,000. Well, this year, her assistant, Kathy Martin, is up for the $25,000. It is so easy. All you have to do is go on the website to TexanPlusChampions.com and vote for Kathy to help them win $25,000. As a nonprofit, that makes a huge difference. And that's good through September 16th, TexanPlusChampions.com. And last but not least, soon to be the premier event in East Montgomery County, if not Montgomery County and the whole North Houston, Greater Houston area, is the Texas Sawmill Festival on October 1st. Now, let me tell you, this is going to be some exciting stuff, and that is going to be a lot about what we talk about today. And so that's what these two gentlemen will be hoping to excite you about, because we still need vendors, we need volunteers, we need people to participate, get involved. This is going to have axe throwing, a lumberjack competition, tractor races, some entertainment, a street dance, and it's just so much fun. And here's the really cool thing. It is the only one of its kind in the, not only in Texas, but in the southwestern United States, with a purse of $25,000 for the lumberjack contest between the different events that they have going on. So to get involved, you go to TexasSawmillFestival.com, or you can check in with the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber. So EMC News, this is an hour-long show, and we're going to take a little break, and we are going to come back and talk with my two guests from the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber. I'm Margie Taylor, and check back with us in just a moment. Thank you.
EMC News, your local news from EMC every Monday at noon on Lone Star Community Radio.
When medical emergencies happen, trust your best neighbors ever for extraordinary emergency care from board-certified physicians. Neighbors Emergency Center is making lives better by providing exceptional medical care for you and your family 24/7, 365 days a year with little to no wait time. With Montgomery County locations in Porter and Kingwood, Neighbors Emergency Center is there for you. For more information on Neighbors Emergency Centers, please visit them online at nec24.com.
Want to know what's happening in East County? You're listening to EMC News on Lone Star Community Radio.
Hello, I'm Margie Taylor, and we are back with EMC News live in downtown Conroe at Lone Star Community Radio. And today I am excited to be able to talk about the Texas Sawmill Festival that's going to be happening in New Caney at the fairgrounds on October 1st. That's a Saturday, from 10 in the morning till 10 in the evening, with so much going on. And here's the best part. It's free. It's absolutely free. May not be forever, but it is this time. So I have Rick Hatcher, who's president of the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber, and Christian Shank. He's a board member. He's also the chairman-elect of the chamber, and he's chair of the Texas Sawmill Festival. Hello, guys.
Hey, Margie. How are you doing?
Fabulous. It's not raining yet. It's supposed to be 70% chance of rain, but I don't know.
It's
It's looking
right
pretty
now.
sunny right now. Who knows? Maybe it's raining in East County. I have no idea. So we have lots to talk about. The Texas Sawmill Festival. Last year, we changed it to the fairgrounds from being over at the MCED building. Can you tell me a little bit about that, Rick, and why that happened and why we changed the dates and all of that?
The real purpose of why we moved it from MCED building was the fact that we were trying to do all we could to grow this festival into a huge community event, and it just wasn't feasible to do that in the parking lot of where it had been held for so many years. So what we did as a group is decide that we would need someplace bigger, and we knew that we had a gym right there with us with Bull Salas Park in the fairgrounds. So that was the place that we chose to put that. Last year we held the festival in June. It was actually the first weekend that it wasn't raining for the first half of the year, but it was extremely hot.
It was hot.
It was extremely hot. So we did a little talk about that after the Sawmill Festival and decided at that point, why don't we take a look at a later date in the year, and fall seems to be the time for festivals.
Absolutely.
Plus, it's right before the holiday season, so vendors can come in and sell their goods and wares for those types of things. Hunting season is right around the corner as well.
True.
So there's a lot of things that made it really palpable for us to be able to move that to the October time frame. It's a great time of the year, and it was good for us to be able to do something like that.
Well, and now being at the fairgrounds for the second year, and actually having done it last year once, we can kind of change things up a little bit to make it work more efficiently. So, and then use all of the space available as well. So there's plenty of parking out there for sure. And there's going to be a lot of added things. There's going to be a sanctioned barbecue, right?
That's
Is that
correct.
right, Christian?
That's correct.
Tell me about that. What does that mean?
It's from the IABC,
Okay.
or IBCA, excuse me, International Barbecue Cookers Association is the sanctioning body, and we're going to have up to 35 teams, and that the cook-off also has a $5,000 purse with it.
Wow.
So it's they've got three main entries: the brisket, ribs, and chicken, and then we're going to have. Sort of a showmanship award, if you will. You're the best, the team that decorates their area to go along
Their
with the theme
booth
for
or
the
whatever.
sawmill.
Neat.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 4 possible awards. Have you already gotten your 35 teams? Do you know?
It's filling up pretty quick.
Okay, all right. So that's one thing. And what's the entry fee for that? Do you know?
$165 per spot, I believe.
$165. Okay. All right, and all of that information, of course, with the application is on the website, TexasSawmillFestival.com. Okay.
It's also on the schedule of events for the IBAC as well.
The IBAC is really great too because they help us market that event as well, and they reach tons of these people that are across the state as well as into other neighboring states. So it's a great deal for us, and it's a great deal for them as well because they get to come and ply their trade in front of a lot of new people that they haven't been in front of.
So people can come and sample the food, you think, probably too, or how does that work?
Probably upon invitation.
Well, yes.
It's not something
Yes.
that most barbecue cook-offs where you just walk in and you get free nibbles. It doesn't work quite that way.
Sometimes it does. So,
Generally, it's a tough thing to crack, though.
but you can sure smell it, right?
You can sure
so
smell it.
the way that is going to be situated logistically, that is going to be towards the entrance, correct?
Last year, the location that we had there was a car show. We decided that we would move that up toward the front and make it more visible to the people that come into to the grounds.
So they will see it when they walk in and they can smell it. So that's a really cool thing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so some of the other things that are going on over there, the vendors will be inside in the air-conditioned building. Correct. Whether they need it or not, which I'm thinking October they still might. And there's also going to be a kids zone with a petting zoo.
That's also toward the front of the grounds this year. Last year we had it underneath the pavilion area, mainly because it was so hot and because we didn't want kids to be subject to the extreme sun that was coming down. This will be a little bit different at this time of the year.
Okay, so you also have these guys coming back that have performed over at Epcot in the Canada section of Epcot, and they did a lumberjack kind of show thing, and they're very entertaining to watch. Tell me a little bit about them.
Christian can tell you
Christian.
as much as anything about those guys. And we both
what are they called? The Paul Bunyan Show, right?
It's the Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show.
Okay. Okay, so tell me about them.
It's a father, son, and a good friend of theirs, family friend. And like you said, they've been working at Disney for, I think it's 15 years or so, putting on their show. And it's sort of an exhibition, if you will, of what the competition will truly be. They do maybe 6 different events, different sawing events, chopping events, log roll, things like that. But it's not a true competition.
It's just fun for entertainment.
Exactly.
And like you said, exhibition for people to see what's going on. So they will be performing, and I know you have a schedule for that, but they will probably be before the championship. Is that how
Correct.
that's going to work? And that's going to be in the Fairgrounds Arena area?
In the rodeo arena area, yes.
Okay. And so that they got a huge crowd watching them last time. So I'm thinking that's like mid-afternoon or something like that, probably.
Around 3:30 or so.
Something like that. Okay. So another few things that we have coming down is we have the championships. So tell me about the champions. What is the Lumberjack Championship? Why are we doing it? And where are they coming from? Just tell me a little bit about that.
I'd give you a little bit of information about that before Margie, and I hope most of the listeners understand exactly what brought Montgomery County to be and on the map, and that was the lumber industry. For most people that don't keep up with the history of what Texas was all about, in East Texas, and specifically with Montgomery County, there were over 256 operating sawmills that operated in Montgomery County. Only one other county in the state of Texas had more, and they had 257. They had one more than we did. But that was because of the timber industry all the way from Missouri all the way down through East Texas, basically up to Humble, where the Humble gas came in right there. But it was a reason for us to reach out and say, we need to do something that celebrates the culture of what makes this area. So the Lumberjack Championship was what came out of that. So it
makes sense to bring it here.
And we are evolving that
area
into a greater and greater event every year. So it made sense for us to do something like this, and it's totally different than anything around. No one else does it, so it's unique. And we have all of Houston and the surrounding area to be able to market this into.
Yes, and it's becoming a big deal. We have a lot of local media that are very interested in coming out here and talking about it because it is so different. So people are coming from different states. They're coming from Florida, North Carolina. What are some of those other places they're coming to? And
New York, North Carolina, West Virginia, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Maine. Several from Florida, Georgia in there. These guys are coming from
to win the big money.
Exactly.
Right? And so there's like 12 different competitions that they go through.
Right.
And they could possibly win, if they were to win it all, $25,000, something like that.
That's the total purse that we're paying out
right.
first, second.
So
third.
that makes it exciting too for people to
Absolutely.
come and see this. So some of the things that they do is like rolling on the logs, or what are some of the things that they do?
They've got 3 different chopping events that they do. There's springboard, underhand, and a standing block. There's 1- and 2-man sawing. The guys on both ends of the real long saws going at it. They've got the stock saw, which is just, they literally told us 2 chainsaws off the shelf from a store that run the same. And then the hot saw, which is ones that they turn into much more than a stock saw.
Wow.
Pretty high performance. It's amazing. They cut through an 18-inch log in a second. I mean, it's incredible. They're doing an event called an obstacle pole, which is sort of a leaning log that they have to run down and do a cut. Then they're doing some log rolling, and then the axe throws. And some of these guys that are coming in from out of state, one of them is the current world champion axe thrower. I believe there's the current world champion collegiate competitor that's in this group. 3 different previous world champion winners. It's a pretty good field.
Well, maybe ESPN needs to get involved in this. That's what I'm thinking.
You got their number?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to work on that today.
And what's pretty neat, Margie, talking about this being such a big event. I mean, obviously these guys coming that compete in this all the time, coming from so far away. The closest event that's even like this currently is in West Virginia.
West Virginia. So we are truly the only one in the southwestern part of the United States that's doing this. So I know myself, I haven't seen this competitions before. So a lot of people will be coming here for the first time and seeing all these things going on. So that kind of makes it unique as well, and it can only grow from there. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see how this is going to happen and what we can do to get more people involved. So we're going to come right back in just a few minutes, and we're going to have some updates on traffic and weather. Again, I am Margie Taylor, and this is EMC News, recording live, Lone Star Community Radio from downtown Conroe, and we will be back with the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber and the Texas Sawmill Festival in just a few minutes. Thank you.
Stay tuned to the EMC News Hour with your host, Margie Taylor.
Animals of all shapes and sizes are welcomed at Big Thicket Vet in New Caney with vet services like extensive health exams, vaccinations, heartworm, tick, flea prevention, along with experienced and trustworthy emergency and urgent care. For more information on Big Thicket Vet in New Caney, visit bigthicketvetnc.com or locally at 18403 FM 1485 in New Caney, Texas.
You're tuned to the EMC News Hour with your host, Margie Taylor.
Hello, I'm Margie Taylor, and this is EMC News at Lone Star Community Radio. We're recording live from downtown Conroe. So the first half of our show was sponsored by Neighbors Emergency Clinic, and they are located in Porter. They have a new building right off 59, and it is a place where you can go with any insurance you have to get care 24/7, and they service you with x-rays. They'll do labs. They'll do whatever you need to get it going. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Neighbors Emergency Clinic. So we were talking about the Texas Sawmill Festival and the competition that's going to be happening, the barbecue and the kids area. So let's see, what have we left out? We still need vendors, lots of vendors. We'd like to have, I think, like 100 vendors, something like that. We have the capacity for it.
That's the goal. If we have anywhere between 60 and 100, we'll be happy. But the more that we have, the more happy all of our attendees will be.
Yes, it'll make it a fun event. So do we have a good number right now?
We're still working toward that goal of 60.
Okay.
We're probably halfway or so, but they still have time to be able to get that. And a lot, it as worrisome as it is sometimes, a lot of people need to check calendars and clear calendars and do things like that. So there's a lot that come in the last 2 weeks.
Or maybe they don't know about it yet,
Yeah.
so maybe this will help them know how they can get involved.
Yeah.
So, and that application is also on the website, TexasSawmillFestival.com. And there's a great video on there, too. that Christina has put together of the events last year, so people can kind of get a feel for it. But it's going to be so much bigger and better this year. I'm very excited about that. So what are some other things that are going to be going on that I haven't talked about? There's going to be food there, right?
There will be food, and it's when I've talked about making this a real community event. What we're trying to do is encompass as much as we possibly could, and what part of that is with nonprofits. So one of the things that we could do to help promote nonprofits is I went to some of the local restaurants and asked them if they would be willing to come out and promote themselves but produce a great food item that is a well-known product and be able to give the profits from that over to the nonprofits. And they said, absolutely, we'll do that. So one of the vendors that we're going to have there, which will be donating some of all of the profit of their proceeds, is Longhorn Steakhouse. And we really appreciate these guys. They're going to be serving a prime rib sandwich, Margie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievably how
right
good
now.
that is. But it's going to be sold at a reasonable price. People can get those and really enjoy themselves because the food is going to be great. Another vendor that we have is Fishtails. Fishtails does a tremendous job with their fried catfish and their shrimp and crawfish and all those types of things that they do. They do a wonderful job, and they are also doing that in conjunction with a local nonprofit. So there are the food is going to be really good this year. It's going to be awesome. We'll have a little bit of the carnival type foods is there as well, just so that we get that feel for the festival. But mainly what we're trying to do is make sure that this community-wide event is as touching as many people as we can. It's not just a chamber event, but it is also a community event.
Getting other businesses and the schools and nonprofits involved. So you also have a leg of it, Christian, that is going to help with the project graduation.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me a little bit about that. Now, doesn't that involve a raffle and some big-ticket items?
The project graduation does, yes. We've got some sponsors right now, Sam's Club, Costco, Academy, and Trinity Armory up in Cleveland have all agreed to donate some pretty big ticket items. I know Trinity Armory's doing an AR-15, some things like that. And there's going to be raffle tickets for sale. People can then select which item they want to put their ticket in for. End up having a winner for all of those that night with the proceeds going to help.
Part of the proceeds will go towards New Caney, Splendora,
Porter.
and Porter High School project graduation.
That's correct. So
that's another way of getting the kids involved, getting the community involved, and it's all about paying it forward too.
Right. And
So
another thing that we'd like to do to go towards project graduation, and this could be for any of them, is Mr. Hatcher and myself would like to challenge 9 other two-person teams to an axe throwing competition.
So you two are a team,
That's
and you're
correct.
challenging other people to throw axes.
That's correct.
At
A
what?
target, not
At
each
a
other.
Okay,
Not
okay.
each other.
All right, so you'll be throwing them like at a bale of hay kind of thing with a target. Is it kind of like dart throwing?
It's more like an archery bullseye, if you will, a big round wooden target. And,
Okay.
It's a two-headed axe that you throw, and it's got to stick in the target. And so...
Is that hard to do?
Not for us, but...
Of course. I wasn't thinking.
Quite frankly, we've never done it. So
Oh, he's just speaking the talk, right? Yes. Okay. So you are challenging other people to have a 2-person team.
Yes.
And I have not heard of this, so this is brand new right now. And is there a fee for that?
It'd be $200 a team, $100 a person. And,
Okay.
Whoever wins that competition can direct the proceeds to any of the project graduations that they choose.
So not necessarily East County, but another project graduation?
If they're good enough.
If they're from Magnolia or something?
sure.
That's right.
Okay. So does this also have anything to do with other chambers, or is that a separate deal?
Margie, I've reached out to the other chambers in Montgomery County.
Not that I know of any others.
Yes, but we have reached out to those other chambers in Montgomery County, and I've asked them to join with me, and I am going to have a chamber challenge. We'll be doing an axe throw with our presidents of those chambers and maybe their incoming chairperson,
Fun.
or their current chairperson.
Okay.
So it should be a lot of fun, and we can get that involved. But there's so many things that we can do to raise money for the area. and have fun at the same time. These axe throws could be a tremendous amount of fun and a tremendous amount of way to raise money. You think about the local politicians, especially with elections right around the corner. Maybe they would like to join in as well. So
that would be nice. So
it would be a great time.
Maybe our county judge and commissioners
sure.
and state representatives and all of that might want to come take part in this.
I would hope that they would. It's just a good way to give back to the community and let the community see the real human side of these guys. They're just like us. They just happen to hold a political office.
That's right. So how many tries do you get for the axe throwing? Is it one time?
We're making it up as we go, so I don't really know.
So we don't know yet. Okay, so
3 throws for each turn.
Okay, 3 throws, possibly $100 to play, and then that goes towards a project graduation, seniors for this year that graduate in May. Okay, well, that's exciting. So, anything else you wanted to add about the Sawmill Festival?
I will tell you this thing, Margie, is that when you're looking for really good, wholesome family entertainment, you couldn't beat what we're about to do with the Texas Lumberjack Championships. This is about a 3 or 4 hour competition that is a great way to show what the skills were from many years past all the way up to this very day. But especially when you look at it from a historical standpoint, what these men and some women did to be able to produce what we have in our society today, but through the lumber industry. I mean, it's just a good, wholesome entertainment for 3 to 4 hours. And I think the people that are moving into Houston area that are coming from other parts of the country probably don't realize that we had lumberjacks just like they did in the Northwest, just like they did up in the North. And we in one of the major sawmills that was in this area was the Foster's Lumber Mill up near Cleveland. If you look at some of the historical pictures there, they had the same holding ponds where the guys rolled the logs to try to get them into the sawmill, and all those things were right here in this part of Texas. So if they look at it from a historical standpoint, this is an awesome way to see what type of work those guys did back then.
Yeah, these competitions started just like rodeos did for cowboys to be able to show off their skills. These sort of competitions started for lumberjacks
and it was
to be able to show their skills.
family oriented, and that's the thing that people need to understand. This is not only a free event, but anybody can come and watch this. It's very entertaining. I mean, it's the real deal. And along with that, there will be some historical displays, right? Mm-hmm. From, what is the name of that group?
Montgomery County Historical
Society. And after the performance of the championships, there will be a street dance.
That's correct.
Won't be in the street, but it'll be a street dance.
Well, it'll happen in the arena, right? So there will be a DJ that will be playing some music.
That's correct.
And everyone is welcome to come out there and shake your booty, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever
else they want to shake.
Whatever music they're playing, but it will be fun. Oh, and I forgot to mention, isn't there a wine and beer garden too?
There is.
That is.
I forgot about that.
It's called the Lumberjack Lounge.
So something for adult entertainment.
Yes, it's going to be a really good day for anybody who comes out. It's going to be awesome. So we encourage everybody to tell their friends, tell their family. That's a good time to call some of your family that doesn't live in Montgomery County. Come on down.
We're
going to have a great day. We're going to have a great time here over at Bull Salas Park on October 1st. Okay,
well, we're going to take a short break and come back with EMC News. I'm Margie Taylor. I am here with Rick Hatcher and Christian Shank, from Vice President of Shank Wealth. And we'll fill you in on a few more chamber happenings. See you in a minute.
Lone Star Community Radio is on FM. That's right. Set your radio dials and your button presets to Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, coming in June 2016. To celebrate this edition and the addition of video versions of our talk show and music shows on YouTube and cable TV, we are offering special sponsorship rates, which include free audio spots that are played throughout our broadcasts. Interested? Check out our sponsor rates for shows just like this one you're listening to right now online at irlonestar.com/sponsor. Or call the station at 936-647-5400. 5747. Reaching the people of Montgomery County with Montgomery County's community radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Hello, I am Margie Taylor, and this is EMC News at Lone Star Community Radio, recording live from downtown Conroe. There will be a podcast of this show available late Wednesday, Thursday morning, and it will be on irlonestar.com/EMCN or on Facebook at EMC News. And it's also on the homepage of the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber. So if you miss it, you want to hear about past shows or some of the archives, maybe you want to hear Jim Slack talk from last time or anything else, or if you want to hear Rick talk again about the axe throwing competition that you can participate in, that will be available. So, anyway, let's talk a little bit about some more things about the Sawmill Festival. We have a lot of community support. We have a lot of nonprofits involved. We're doing things with the schools. There's ways to get connected. We also have a lot of the local businesses are involved through sponsorships, and that is information you can get by contacting Rick at the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber. So what else, Christian? What have we left out?
Well, Margie, like you said, it's a big community event, and the Chamber's kind of taking the lead on putting this thing on, but we definitely couldn't do it without a lot of help. Really like to thank Commissioner Jim Clark from Precinct 4 and all of his employees. They've continued just to go above and beyond and helping getting this event growing every year. The Porter and the East Montgomery County Fire Departments are a big help. They'll both be there all day. Everything from helping with just first aid and being there down to even filling up some water tanks for us. And then also Constable Rowdy Hayden and the Precinct 4 constables and deputies, that they'll be there providing security and just helping with traffic flow and things like that. And then, of course, with EMCN, East Montgomery County Improvement District, excuse me, they're integral partner in a lot of these things that we do. So I just want to really reach out and thank those different groups.
Okay, it's going to be a fun, exciting event. And again, that is October 1st, Saturday, October 1st, from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Free, absolutely free parking, free entrance, and so much to do between vendors, Lumberjack Championships, barbecue, cook-off, food, entertainment, street dance. Yep,
I'd say, Margie, the gates open late morning. Things are really going to be getting busy around 3 o'clock. That's when the barbecue cook-off turn-ins will be and the judging starts. The Lumberjack Exposition show will start around 3:30, and then the actual competition is going to start shortly after that. And so if you're looking for a real good time to come out, come out.
That would be a good time to come. And we're still in daylight savings, too.
Absolutely.
The time hasn't changed. So it won't start getting dark till after 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that.
So all these events are in the covered rodeo arena, covered seating, including the dance.
And they're great for families.
Yes. That's the biggest thing we need is just the community to come out and have a great day.
And be supportive. So we're very excited about this. I know I'm excited about it. Rick, do you have anything else you want to add?
One thing I might like to mention is that Mission Northeast is going to have a food truck available at the front gate. We would encourage anyone who would like to come in and donate products that would help those that are going to be in need during those holiday seasons to bring things like box stuffing and other non-perishable goods that they could bring by and put that into the food bank for dissemination amongst those areas with Mission Northeast and the Humble Area Ministry Alliance. Those kind of guys, they need help during that time of the year, and we're going to have that truck there for anybody who would like to come by and donate food for the holiday season.
So they can just pick up some extra green beans, pumpkin pie stuffing,
yams,
filling, yams, marshmallows, things like that you can store in your pantry. Maybe bring sack of some of that stuff.
Sure.
You know, a plastic bag full of some items when you go to the grocery store, and then bring that in. You don't have to, but it's a good thing to do, because soon the holiday seasons will be fast approaching. Once we get into October, it's all over. That's just the way it rolls.
That's right.
Then we roll into November and December, and a lot of our families out in East Montgomery County can really use that assistance.
And we'd like for everybody to have a great holiday.
Sure. So a couple other things I wanted to talk about is the Business Expo coming up. That is, what is the date on that? September
13th. It's a Tuesday. It starts at 3:30 in the afternoon and goes to 6:30. It is all of the area businesses have been invited to come to this. There have been about 65 that have purchased a booth site in Texan Drive Stadium in the community room. So we'll have about 65 businesses that will be represented at the expo this year. It is a great amount of fun, I'm telling you. It's awesome. An added interest for this year's expo is that it's also my birthday. So it's going to be a great time.
So we are all celebrating.
Oh, my goodness. It's
There will
going to
be a wine
such a
garden
great
there,
time.
too?
I'm not even sure what's going to happen, but it's going to be an awesome day.
Of course it is.
We're going to have a lot of fun with a lot of the businesses that are there. There's only like 1 or 2 booth spaces that are even available for purchase. So if you are interested in coming out and getting involved with that, you need to call the chamber right away to be able to secure that spot. But we are open for really just having a great time. I go around and I visit with every one of these businesses. I have a microphone, which is also dangerous, anytime I have a microphone. So it's going to be me walking around, talking with the businesses, telling everybody
There's raffles,
else.
too, and things like that, right?
Yeah, every booth we'll be giving away something.
It was fun. I remember last year. It was a lot of fun.
It's so much fun, I tell you. And
it's free.
Being able to learn more about these businesses. Yes. And to learn more about each business as they are there.
So another
it's a
free
tremendous
event
way
out in East Montgomery County,
Absolutely.
put on by the chamber. What can you say?
I don't know what we would do without the volunteers and the businesses that we have. And I'm telling you, things are about to go crazy with the amount of development. Commissioner Clark had just given a presentation about a week ago, and he had indicated, that most people do not know this, that right now East Montgomery County is growing like crazy. As a matter of fact, we have over $2.5 billion in projects that are underway right now.
Well, I also read recently that it is the biggest project in the greater Houston area that's happening right now in our area.
And that's just Valley Ranch.
Right.
Yeah,
Not even mentioning the other things that are happening. Like the race park should be opening here. He said November, I think.
It's going to be toward the end of the year, but
Yes.
I was out there just the other day, and they are getting progress weekly on that. If the rain would stay away just a little bit longer, that would be good. But the RV park that was built for Grand Texas is open and operating right now.
I saw that.
And
They've
that
had
is
people
a very,
staying there.
very high-class place right there. The spots that you will put your RVs on, there's none better. It is a super nice place.
Well, that's exciting. Hopefully at some point we'll have them come talk on the radio, too, about that growth. And maybe Mr. Signorelli can talk on the show, too.
Absolutely.
That would be wonderful. So, in closure here, are there any other upcoming things? I know that you have ambassadors, and that's a way for people to get involved in the chamber, an ambassador, diplomat, that kind of thing, to represent the businesses and encourage and welcome people to participate in chamber events. They're kind of the welcoming committee, I think.
Right. And we meet in various businesses throughout the area. Which is good exposure for them, and it's good exposure for our ambassadors to learn about that. One thing that is happening this Wednesday, and you mentioned it earlier, is the Loop.
Yes.
The Loop is an informational program that we conduct about 3 times a year. This particular one will be held at Lone Star College Kingwood from 11:30 to from 12.
Do you know where at Lone Star
12 to noon.
College? Because that's a big campus.
When you first come into the college itself, I believe it's in the Student Life Building, I think is what it is. But we'll have signs up that will direct people to where they need to go.
People will be able to see. When they get off 59, they can look and
they will
follow the signs.
follow those signs. They'll know exactly where when they exit onto Kingwood Drive, they'll know where they are.
Well, that's great, and that has 3 speakers for that event. And again, free, and if you register now, you can get a free lunch, too. So, all about that. Well, this has been exciting. There's so much growth. There's so many things happening in East Montgomery County, and that is why we have this radio show, too, to let people know what local businesses are doing, the nonprofits. We've had the fire department. We've had local mayors on here, and the schools, things like that. So I'm excited to have you guys here, Christian and Rick, on the show.
Well, we are very excited
Absolutely.
about you, Margie, and what you're doing for East Montgomery County. We're a very busy chamber, and thanks to you, we get the word out.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. And this show right here, this segment, is sponsored by Big Thicket Veterinary Clinic, who is a chamber member, and they also got some funding through EMCN for their growth. So it all ties together, and they help with animals that are large animals or small animals. They even do house calls. How many doctors do that anymore? But I guess when you have a horse or a cow, that's what you got to do. I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so it was sponsored by Big Thicket Veterinary Clinic. And so we're happy to have you guys here on the show. Next Monday, September 5th, is Labor Day. And we will repeat the show again because it's so good and such great quality. So y'all can hear it again. And then September 12th, we will have Stephen Marshall talk about how to help your small business financially keep on track. And if I can get Claire on this show again, we're going to have a Neighbors Emergency Clinic talk about some things going on. So again, a podcast will be available late Wednesday or Thursday. And that is on irlonestar.com/EMCN or the homepage of the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber or EMC News. So check us out on Facebook, EMC News. I'm Margie Taylor, Taylorized PR, and we hope to see you again, talk to you again in the next 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thanks for checking out this production of Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star Community Radio, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, TV, media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production produced by the show host and Dick Schischler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schischler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.